What's up, Roxstars? You guys saw my thumbnail for this video? I had my thumbs up. You know why? Because there's no fucking politics today. Nothing out of the ordinary happened this week, so I feel like I ain't gotta address nothing. Thank you, Jesus. Just our regular brand of full of fucking niggatry, you guys. So, with no further ado, this is just a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. Alright, you guys, so first story up is the Chris Brown and CarrieUche drama. Karrueche. I don't know why I try to call that girl CarrieUche all the time. So, it seems that Karrueche had... Karrueche... Oh my god, I can't get her name. Let me just get it right, y'all. It seems that Karrueche had tried to let the drama die down between she and Chris Brown. After quite a few attempts at breaking up, she finally was successful. We didn't believe it at first. There were a couple of times that they got back together, but eventually it seemed she realized that this was not going to work. We were even proud of the strides that she's made since the breakup from Chris Brown. It certainly looked like she has moved on. And it looked like Chris Brown had moved on for some time, but then we started to get public exclamations of his love for her still, whether it was in song, the occasional public beef, or just in general. Chris Brown could not seem to keep Karrueche out of his mouth. Now we find out that it doesn't seem that Chris Brown is over it at all. As a matter of fact, he's taken to recently telling people that he intended on killing her, that if he couldn't have her, nobody else could. We also remember a video that he posted saying something to this same sentiment. We looked at it as if he was just kind of joking around and laughing and hee ha ha, but obviously there was more meaning to it than we thought. Not only has he been threatening her, but he's also been threatening her friends. Recently threw a drink in someone's face. His aggressiveness has escalated to the point where she now feels that she needs some legal protection. So Karrueche, on February 17th, filed for a restraining order. And in this restraining order is where she claimed that he has been harassing her and her friends. She also said in the restraining order that he has beat her up a few times, hit her in the stomach a few times, pushed her down the stairs. So yeah, she is afraid for her life. I think originally she didn't believe that he would act on it, but now, like I said, it's escalating and something else needs to be done. After she filed the restraining order, and of course TMZ found out about it because TMZ actually has people down at the courthouse that just every day combs through the public record to see what they can find. What a job, right? People began to doubt her story. Of course, Chris Brown has his breezy stands that will take up for him no matter what. It got to the point where people were starting to berate her and belittle her and go off on her for merely saying, I want this man to leave me alone. We then had a singer by the name of K. Cola. I don't know who she is, but K. Cola came out and spoke in her defense, said this absolutely did happen. She lived underneath them in a condo or apartment, wherever they lived in Hollywood, and she said that she would listen to them fight and that she would feel heartbroken when she would hear her screaming or crying, to the point where even she would cry. She's called the police. She's even talked to them herself, personally went upstairs. You know, they making so much fucking noise, waking up her kid. And she said that Chris Brown's an asshole, which I can 100% believe. You know, so then people started to ask her, well, why would you wait so long to say something? She was like, because it was not my place to say anything. Karrueche didn't say anything about it, so why would I say anything about it? Okay, she got away from him eventually, and we thought we had moved on with our life. Now that she's filed this restraining order and everybody is coming after Karrueche, K. Cola has spoken out in her defense. I don't know why it's that hard for people to believe that Chris Brown is doing something like this. Okay, we all want to believe that Chris Brown is a better person. I tell you guys all the time that I want it to happen for him, but Chris Brown is a troubled, tortured soul. I believe that he is on drugs. I believe he drinks a lot. I believe that he has yes people around him. I believe that he is out of control. And I totally believe that he beat this girl up. Why would she come out now and lie about something like this? What is there to gain when she's already been quite successful without him? She doesn't need to use him any longer, if she ever did, to gain any popularity, because like I said, she's been able to successfully navigate her career without him. So yeah, I believe it. We already know that he's beat somebody up once before. And I'm not saying that people can't rehabilitate themselves and all that, but we've seen that Chris Brown probably has not taken the steps to do so. So, yeah, I believe it. I hate that people just automatically think that she's lying, okay, because she doesn't have a track record of lying, and Chris Brown has a track record of beating women up. I hate to say it, but it is what it is, okay, and Chris Brown needs help, and women need to stay away from him, all right? I can't even say I feel sorry for him anymore, because I feel like he is in a place in his life where he can really get help. I believe that he just is in the zone where he just feels like he can kind of do whatever he wants to do, and yeah, it's just really too bad. Now, of course, he denies it, or actually he just said don't believe the bullshit that's in the blogs, you know, lately, but yeah, I believe it 100%. It ain't really nothing else to say about it. You guys tell me what you think about it. Do you believe it? Do you believe she's lying? If you do, tell me why. Chris Brown needs to get out his own way and do something about himself before he self-destructs. I mean, we look at him every day, his eyes is glossy. Even in that video that he made of him saying don't pay attention to the blogs, he was somewhat slurring. I just, you know, it's just a sad situation. But I would not be surprised if something tragic happened to Chris Brown. Not asking for it, but I wouldn't be surprised. Y'all tell me how you feel about it, though. You believe Karreuche or not? Remember a while ago I told you guys about the drama with Rocko and Future, and how Rocko had Future as an artist signed to his label, and Future, right when he was about to make his first album, I believe. I'm just remembering the story just off the top of my head. I might not have the particulars, you know, 100, but somewhere along the line, Future decided to go behind Rocko's back and sign with another label so that he could take all of the money and cut Rocko out of the deal as his label owner, manager, whatever he was to him. So because Future did that, Rocko was cut out the deal. Future was able to get all of the money as if he just kind of brokered his own self in his own deal. Rocko had been trying to get his money from Future because he should be getting royalties from his albums. He should be getting money from tours and appearances and all of this, right? Well, because Future cut him out, he didn't get it. He had been trying to get it settled with Future. Future would not settle anything, even teased him. So Rocko took it to court. They're saying that he won his settlement, okay? And they're saying the terms of the settlement is as follows. Future must pay 50% of his tour revenue plus give Rocko 100% of the royalties from Future's next 2 albums. I don't have to remind you guys that Future just released an album last week, and he is also expected to release an album tomorrow. That is 2 albums, virtually with no promotion, seemingly out of the blue. But now when you hear the stipulations on the settlement, then it makes a little bit more sense than originally thought. Now, the interesting part about it is after the settlement made it to the internet and people started to find out exactly what it was that Future lost or Rocko gained in the deal, they both came onto the internet and kind of made it seem like it was not true. But as I look into this more and more and listen to people that are in the know in the industry, I believe that the deal actually did happen exactly or very close to the way that I reported it to you guys, and that Rocko might just be trying to keep everybody out of his fucking business. Future, because he was upset about people asking him if he releasing these 2 albums because of Rocko. He said absolutely not. You know, we rich, we make money, you know, we do this, we do. Y'all know nigga rappers speak, you know. So he denied that he released these 2 albums out of the blue because he has to give the royalties to Rocko, supposedly. Rocko tried to take the mature approach to Future and said, you know what, I've always had faith in Lil Homie. Took him in when he wasn't really sure about himself, and I always thought that he was super talented, and I knew that he would make the money that he would make, and all I wanted was my fair cut of what we agreed on when, you know, he was first starting out. But yeah, I'm always going to support him. I'm always going to support good music that he makes. Just give me my, just run me my coin. At the end, he said, make sure you buy Future's new album, with a little smiley face. If you buy Future's album, you are 100% donating to Rocko's pockets. I was happy for Rocko because Future tried to make a bitch out of him, make him look crazy, saying that, we handle things in the streets, that you want to talk about going to court like, a baby mama and all of this shit. Future is very much like the trap version of Kanye. One day he feeling emotional and please forgive me for my transgressions and sins as I try to work on being a better person kind of thing. And then the next day, he on the internet cursing out Rocko, threatening him, saying that he's gonna die, that he's a con artist, and all of that. So it's just like, which one is it gonna be, Future? Alright, we can't never really tell with him either. At any rate, whether or not the settlement gossip is true or false, Future got these 2 albums coming out. Well, has one out already, and the next one coming. And from what I can see, Rocko seems to be very happy with his life at this moment. Might be because he's about to come into quite a bit of money, okay? So, but yeah, y'all let me know what you think about that. Rocko, you guys know that's Monica's baby daddy. The two older kids of Monica's are with Rocko. He has always kept a very low profile. For a minute there, it looked like he was going to be on Love and Hip Hop, but he hurried up and changed his mind on that one. And yeah, for the most part, I'm happy that Rocko got his coin. So a very interesting story came up the other day that I was reading on CandiceWiggins. Now, you guys know that CandiceWiggins was a WNBA player who retired prematurely. A lot of people thought she had been playing for 8 years. I guess they expected her to, round it out at a cool even 10, but at 8 years she decided to quit and retire. Now, Candice is saying that she retired early because of the atmosphere, the toxic atmosphere of the WNBA. First of all, she says that the WNBA is 98% gay, okay, and that is sort of like a conformist type of atmosphere. So she was implying that you either turn gay or you are treated as an outsider. Not only that, but we all know that women can sometimes be catty and jealous. And when you combine that with the competitiveness of basketball playing, it made for even more tension. She said that she had never been called bitch so many times on the basketball courts as she was during her rookie year. And she felt that all the time that the women that she played against were gunning for her. She thought that they were trying to hurt her and possibly hurt her in her career. Then she rounded it out by saying that in an effort to compete with the men's league, not necessarily compete with the men, but trying to bring the razzle and dazzle that the NBA brings to their games, the WNBA, the girls started to play more aggressively and play more like men, trying to captivate an audience that obviously was not there for them. She said that people wouldn't come to the games. I've been to a few WNBA games, and yeah, don't nobody be there. As a matter of fact, all of the WNBA games that I've been to, I had on free tickets. Got them some kind of way, some kind of free way. I didn't pay for any of them. And then they're playing for pennies. These girls don't get even 1/10 of the huge contracts. Now, that's even being generous. They don't get 1/100th of the huge contracts that the men get. There was some talk that the WNBA was going to shut down some years ago, but they pumped more money into it, trying to keep it afloat. But for the most part, the WNBA has never really had the success, never ever had the success that it should have, for, I guess Candice is saying, many of these reasons. Okay, so when I read that, I was like, that's interesting. That's interesting. I guess I could see where some of these things might happen. But then you start listening to other people that played for the WNBA, and their experience is much different. There has been some that have spoken out that said that their experience was nothing like this, that they didn't feel bullied by anybody, gay or straight, that their experience was pleasant. Yes, more people could come to the games. They wish that they would get the support that the NBA gets, but all these things that Candice spoke of was not what happened to them. So then it brings upon the question, was Candice speaking out on a big time secret of the WNBA where the straight women are afraid to say exactly what happened in fear of retaliation? Or was Candice just one of those women that don't nobody fucking like? Who's the bitch? Because that could be very much true as well. Whenever you start feeling like everybody is against you, you know, sometimes we can feel like everybody else is the problem, but when you start meeting the same issues over and over and over, then maybe it's time to start looking inward. So I'm not quite sure who it might be. It might be a mixture of all of that. I would like to hear from some of the big time female, you know, WNBA stars that were heterosexual, you know, your Lisa Leslie's, your Cheryl Swoops, and, you know, those people, even though they played in a different, maybe might have been a little bit of a different era, but I'm sure they still have their ear to the WNBA streets, and maybe they can kind of chime in and either give Candice some support or just be like, bitch lying. Okay. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting story. You guys tell me what you think about it. For those of you guys who know more about the WNBA, who go to the games, you guys tell me if you see any of these things happening on the courts. Have you heard about these type of things happening? Y'all just, whatever you got on it, leave it down below. So the Migos and Sean Kingston, they were all in Las Vegas at the Agenda Trade Show. The Migos was promoting their new clothing line called Young Rich Nation. Why is everything young or rich or nation? We can't come up with a different fucking name. Anyway, not quite sure why Sean Kingston was there, but hey, he was there. They say from overhead video that was capturing everything, you know, security cam. At one point in the show, Sean Kingston is seen talking to Offset. Okay, seemed like it was a cordial enough conversation. Nothing happened there. But later on, they saw that Quavo and Sean Kingston got into some sort of heated exchange where they took it outside. People, bystanders, and those watching say that they were arguing over the beef that Migos has with Soulja Boy, or I should say Soulja Boy had with Migos. Okay, so they caught up with Sean Kingston supposedly. Quavo got into an argument with Sean Kingston. I don't know who threw the first blow, but then they said that the Migos, as 3 people, went on and jumped Sean Kingston. Okay, beat him up, kicked him, stomped him out. They say they kicked him in the head and all of this. They said it was so much commotion. Sean Kingston's boy that was with him, I thought it was a bodyguard, but it's not. Okay, Mr. Moises, what's his name? Moises. Nigga, is it Moises Johnson? And that is the M-O-I-S-E-S, okay? Is that Moses still? That shit sound like Moises to me. Moises went on and pulled his gun out and shot up in the air, because I guess he figured he wasn't fixing to get caught up in all of that. And when he shot, of course, like we all do, everybody dispersed. They say that Sean Kingston jumped in the car with Moises. They say that the Migos jumped in their cars. Everybody left. And that the police, when they finally did show up, they didn't catch up with the Migos. However, they was able to catch Sean Kingston and his homeboy Moises. And I just love saying that name, Moises. They caught up with them at the red light and arrested your boy Moises. Now they're saying that Moises is being brought up on charges of discharging a firearm plus 3 felony counts for pointing the gun at 3 people. And I'm assuming that those 3 people are the Migos. Quavo, Offset, and what's the last one name, y'all? They also booked him on felony possession of a weapon without a permit, of course. These niggas don't seem to understand that this ain't the fucking Wild Wild West and we just walking around with guns shooting it. Now, what is interesting is that Sean Kingston posted a video yesterday saying that, you know what, he was fine. Does he look like he has been stomped out? He don't have no bruises, no cuts, no bumps. Nigga said his face was smooth as a donut. Don't know quite what donut he might be talking about, but okay. And that there was no beat down, as the blogs have been reporting. So I guess just Moises is out here just shooting guns all fucking willy-nilly, like just because he ain't got shit else to do. Somewhere in the middle of those 2 stories is the truth. There was a confrontation, otherwise Moises would not have pulled his gun out to shoot to begin with. So yeah, I don't know. We just gonna keep our eye on it and see if any video does surface. It's very strange that nothing has come out where we can see this shit go down in the age of cell phones and whatnots. So we'll see. But yeah, Moises said, fuck, so I'm happy. There's a shakeup at Laker Nation. Jeannie Buss, amidst frustrations that have been going on for years and years and years, decided to finally fire her brother Jim Buss and longtime Laker front office man, former player Mitch Kupchak. Jeannie Buss was given control of the Lakers when her father got sick, and when Jerry Buss finally died, she took control of the team. She is also half owner of the team with her brother Jim, but she has sole business decision control of the team, obviously. So yeah, Jeannie Buss has been very frustrated with the front office for a number of reasons. One of them being that the Lakers have not been able to acquire any top-notch players in quite some time because of the blunders of Jim and Mitch. We all remember there was talk of Carmelo Anthony going there at one time. We remember the Chris Paul debacle, even though that wasn't really their fault. But I'm sure that added to the frustration. There was always talk of Kevin Durant possibly going there. And now just recently with DeMarcus Cousins going to New Orleans, evidently she was hoping that she would get DeMarcus down there in Los Angeles, and they lost that person too. And that looks like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And she was just like, you know what, fuck it, y'all got to go. We gonna hire in Irvin Magic Johnson. And Magic has been hired on as the president of basketball operations. Okay, so he's the PBO. Shout out to the Cream Squad. They also say that Kobe's agent, what's his name, Rob Pelinka, they say that they are going to eventually hire him on as the general manager. And they also expect Kobe Bryant to come back in some sort of official capacity eventually. So yeah, there is a lot going on at Laker Nation, and it is needed, you guys, because it's very frustrating to know that a team that has so many wins, they haven't even been in the fucking playoffs the last 3 years, and that's only happened twice before in the span of 37 years. And then this year, there was no Laker even in the All-Star game. And this is the first time this has happened in like 20 years. So, you know, it's embarrassing for a club organization as large and as successful as the Lakers, okay? Not to mention that the fucking All-Star games is in Los Angeles next year. Do you know how embarrassing that will be if they don't even have their own player, one player representing in the fucking All-Star game next year? So, yeah, Jeannie Buss was just like, enough of this shit. They say that her relationship with Jim was already strained anyway. Okay, I guess she was just like that. That's it. You know, she wanted to do this back in 2014. I think they said that she was ready to cut it thin, but her brother was able to convince her that, you know, we don't want to do any shakeups, that it would make the players nervous and people would be starting to leave because, you know, there's not any stability in the front office. So she held on. And now, after this DeMarcus Cousins thing, honey, she was just like, fuck this. I'm hopeful. It's going to take some time, though. I just want the Lakers to get back into competitive. I mean, they at least need to be able to represent in some kind of way, you guys. So, yeah, I mean, this story is really about the success of Magic Johnson. This really should be about a congratulations, but y'all, I had to throw my little insight on the problems over at the Lakers, and hopefully they can get some talent in there and really, you know, to bring it back to championship type team. Because this don't make no fucking sense, y'all. All that being said, congratulations to Magic Johnson. Hopefully he is successful there. You know, Magic Johnson is also the owner of the Dodgers. Magic Johnson has his hands on a whole bunch of shit. I am hoping that he puts the Lakers first. It is that serious right now. But I'm happy for him. It'll be good to see him there. It'll be good to see Kobe back. I don't see Kobe coaching. He is not a coach type person. He's too much of an asshole. But definitely his expertise is needed. So yeah, y'all, we're going to see what happened to the Lakers. But yeah, Jeannie said, bitch, it's time to go. Bye-bye. Rock Nation is making it happen. Okay, first up, Jay-Z. He is the first rapper to be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. He is going to be inducted alongside Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Babyface, and they said some members of the band Chicago. Okay, so good for him. He tweeted yesterday, this is a win for all of hip-hop. At one time, they said that hip-hop was just a fad, and now they're making history by being put in the Hall of Fame next to many successful, legendary writers. They say in order to be considered for the Songwriters Hall of Fame, there had to be 20 years since you were first published. And they say that his first album, Reasonable Doubt, came out 21 years ago. So here we are. And he made it in. I'm sure we'll see more rappers in there as time goes on. Then also the Roc Nation label must... Did I say label? The Roc Nation label must congratulate Rihanna. Okay, she is getting the Peter J. Holmes Humanitarian Award from Harvard. They say that Rihanna has built a state-of-the-art oncology and nuclear medicine facility within the Queen Elizabeth Hospital out there in Barbados, that she has given time and money to Malawi. We're hearing a lot about Malawi recently, haven't we? But she's been going back and forth there, giving her money to try to help the educational crisis over there. She's the ambassador for the Global Citizen and the Global Partnership for Education, where she is helping, over 60 countries improve their educational system. So Rihanna is out there doing it, and she is being recognized by the Ivy League school, Harvard. So congratulations to her. Also, while we're talking about Rihanna, let's talk about the fact that she is the third artist to have the most top 10 hits in the Billboard 100s. She has recently beat out Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had 29. She just made 30. The only two that are ahead of her is Madonna. Madonna had 38. And the Beatles had 34. Okay, so Rihanna, because her career is still on the move and she has quite a bit of career ahead of her, she very much can beat the Beatles. We'll see if she's able to beat Madonna as well, but wouldn't that be something if she did? Rihanna was like, fuck. While y'all quibble over here about whether or not Beyonce or Adele should fucking win the album of the year, she's over here quietly putting out chart topper after chart topper, which is actually a truer testament to your longevity, okay, your dedication to your craft, and your relevancy in your musical career. So, as an artist, she may not have as many statues as Adele or Beyonce. She's definitely still in her place in history. So good for Rihanna. I'm proud that she continues to do what she does and has continued to be successful doing it. I just love Rihanna. So congratulations to the Roc Nation. From the Dollar Sushi menu, can I have an order of the California roll?
$1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let me have an order of the spicy tuna roll.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me have 2 red snapper nigiri.
Mm-hmm. 2 red snappers.
Mm-hmm. And a miso soup.
Okay. Hold on, it's 7:44. Got 10 minutes.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Got to get that in so that I can just run in there and get it, because I'm cutting real close to the time on my lunch about to end. Ain't that trifling? Nigga be on lunch and then take it on back to the office and eat at their desk. Like, bitch, you ain't ate while you was out. Fuck, you been doing all this. I've been trying to make video. But back to quickies. So this is a follow-up on a story that I told you guys. Remember I told you guys about T-Pain's, I think it was either his niece or his cousin that was killed as she worked at Walgreens, and they figured that it was an ex-boyfriend of hers, came in and stabbed her right there in the store, and then he just walked out and he got away. Well, now they're saying 6 months later, Tavon Jackson has been found dead in the woods in Tallahassee, Florida. They say that he had on the same clothes he had on the day that he stabbed Giovanna Glover. So they are suspecting that he went to the woods after he killed her and that he committed suicide. Kind of have my side eye on it a little bit, because either he committed suicide or, some of the hard-hitting homies and caught up with his ass in them woods and killed his ass, made it look like it was a suicide. At any rate, Tavon Jackson is dead. Very sad, because I think the girl was the mother. She had like a 2-year-old or something like that, and they were intent on finding him. So that's why I'm just like, I guess the family will get some closure either way it goes, and we'll keep our prayers out to them, T-Pain and the rest, and hoping that they can get through this the best way that they can. The company that owns Burger King also bought Popeyes for $1.8 billion, and that's billion with a B. Everybody was shocked, okay? But Burger King says, look, you ain't got to worry about it, okay? Because they are looking forward to accelerating the growth of the strong brand by opening new franchises all over the world. I was like, it should be fine. It should be fine as long as they don't come with the fuck shit. Because y'all know Burger King come up with all kind of fucking... What the fuck is a chicken fry? I ain't got time to be fucking around with that. Just give me a nugget, alright? Shit. They gonna be bringing new shit onto the menu, and that's when I'm gonna be through. Because I'll just be like, y'all got too much shit going on. But, they're promising that they're not going to make many changes to the Cajun giant that is Popeyes. Yes, we will see. They say that Mike Epps is wanted in New Orleans for an altercation that he had at Harrah's Casino during All-Star Weekend. They say that a gentleman by the name of Thomas Cobb was attacked unprovoked as he recognized who Mike Epps was, him and a friend. We don't know exactly what went down, but he says that Mike and his friend beat his ass in the casino. They had to call the police. Then the police came and arrested Mike and his homeboy. $1,000 bail. They left. They were supposed to go back to court on Tuesday. And Mike and his homeboy had already left New Orleans. Okay, so they was like, fuck all that. All right, I'm sure he's going to let his lawyers handle it. And but y'all know Mike Epps. He be with that nigga shit all the time. So I'm not surprised that he had to beat somebody's ass, but he's also not one to go after somebody unprovoked. So if he beat somebody's ass or his homeboy beat somebody's ass, it definitely is because they did something to him first. Your girl Keisha Knight Pulliam, now y'all remember I told you guys that she had her beautiful baby girl a few weeks ago? And how pissed off she was at the fact that the WIC advocate, WIC, y'all know WIC, don't you? The WIC advocate came into her room after she had her baby and was trying to get her to get on WIC, was telling her how she can get help from different government-sponsored agencies. And Keisha Knight Pulliam was like, bitch, you know who the fuck I am? I am Rudy Huxtable. I do not need WIC. Well, what a difference a day make. Okay, now that she knows for sure that Ed Hartwell is the father of the baby, okay, paternity tests are in, and they say that he is the pappy. She has filed for emergency child support because Ed is not paying up. I was just like, girl. She say she can't afford the baby right now, which we know is probably bullshit, but you know, they say that Keisha, you know, she be with that bullshit too. But I was just like, girl, maybe you should have sat down and with the WIC advocate, okay? Them damn free beans and peanut butter and Cheerios ain't looking too... that shit ain't looking too bad right now. And child, we got a whole bunch of new baby talk on these quickies. Nick Cannon, him and his... I don't know what she is. I don't think she's even his girlfriend, but she had the baby. They had a bouncing baby boy by the name of Golden Sagan Cannon. Not sure if I'm saying his middle name right. It's S-A-G-O-N. So congratulations to the two of them. He say he got a turban waiting for the baby now. And then your girl Lauryn Hill, her firstborn, Zion. Yes, that's right, Zion, who she penned the song, the successful song Zion after. He has had his firstborn, okay? Also a little boy. And they named him Zephaniah Nesta Marley. Okay, so yeah, now Lauryn is the granny. I was like, boy, y'all ain't gonna never get Lauryn to the fucking concert. She gonna be fucking around with that baby and she ain't gonna never get there. I mean, can't y'all just picture her just rocking the baby in the fucking rocking chair for like 7 hours straight? Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo. Oh, the granny baby make a poo-poo with her dad. That granny baby, that granny baby. Fucking Lauryn ain't going to no damn concert. They gonna be knocking at that door like, Lauryn, come on. And then lastly, Roxstars 49-year-old Ronnie DeVoe and his wife of 11 years, 37-year-old Shamari, are indeed infanticipating. And congratulations to them. This is their first child. Good for them. Babies are a blessing. Okay, I did not know that he was 49 fucking years old. I was just like, and so then I started looking up and I was like, okay, they all between 48 and 50 years years old. Y'all know Johnny the oldest, but I just did not realize they were that old. I don't know why. I was like, okay, they 49. Fuck, I'm 46. Hell, we all old. Shit. So, but you guys know that I say it all the time. Men can have babies until they fucking 100 years old. As long as the little geriatric fellas still swim, then you'll get your baby. She's still young, 37 years old. She was cutting it close, but I'm happy for them. So that is it, you guys. Congratulations to the happy couple. Alright, you guys, let me get off of here, get my sushi, and get back to work. You guys, we do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.